Hey there, Alex here. Alright, this is probably my last video for the year, so I'm just gonna keep it casual. I won't be going too in-depth with the phone and go through all the features and whatnot. Instead, I'm just gonna share some of my thoughts on the phone and my experience with it. In typical Huawei fashion, the design and build quality of the phone is on par with the best that Samsung has to offer. It feels premium in hand, the front of the phone has very little bezels, the design looks great, and I love the little touches that Huawei has added here. The textured back glass looks and feels nice, and the red accent around the power button is a nice little touch too. In terms of hardware, it's very similar to the Mate 20 Pro other than a few compromises to keep the price of the phone a little lower. Are any of these deal breakers? I don't think so. It's not as groundbreaking or innovative for sure, but it covers all the basics. With such a big screen, everything just looks better, no matter what I'm doing on the phone. I don't even mind that it's just a 1080p screen. The screen is so big that I'm holding it further away from my eyes anyway. On top of that, the Mate 20X actually has better sounding speakers and a much larger 5000 mAh battery, both of which are more useful to me than things like wireless charging or a Quad HD screen. Oh, and it still has a headphone jack if that's important to you. Personally, the highlight for me here is definitely the battery life. Even after a day of heavy use, with around 6 to 7 hours of screen on time, I still have around 20 to 30% battery remaining. It's a workhorse. I've had no issues with performance as well. It's 2018, so you can pretty much expect great performance from flagship phones even if their software is quite heavy. Which brings us to EMUI. I'm still not a fan of it, even with Android 9 Pie. I'm generally okay with the amount of features it has, since some of them are actually quite useful, but I don't like having to deal with pre-installed bloat, and the design of the UI just looks a little messy and dated. I could make the experience better by using a launcher and disabling apps, but it's annoying to have to do that. I get that they have to cater their software to the Chinese market as well, which has slightly different preferences compared to the global market, but I just hope that they could at least clean up the design a little and give it a more modern look. Oh yeah, when I bought the Mate 20X, it came with a Stylus as well that can detect 4096 levels of pressure. It's fine for casual note-taking, but it's not as nice to draw on compared to the Galaxy Note S Pen. The input just doesn't feel as natural. Still, it's a pretty neat accessory to have. There is another accessory that I want to mention as well, and that's the proprietary memory card, which is just utter bullshit. If they can't fit in a micro SD card slot, I would rather they just offer a higher storage option instead of sacrificing dual SIM capabilities for anyone who needs more storage. Not to mention as well, these nano memory cards are significantly more expensive and not as readily available. On a brighter note, since the Mate 20X has the same camera setup as the Pro, it takes really nice photos, and having a 7.2-inch screen as a viewfinder is pretty awesome. I've really enjoyed shooting with the phone, and it's nice to have the flexibility to zoom in or just go ultra wide. I still think that Huawei's image processing is a little too aggressive, to the point where sometimes the photos can look a bit unnatural. This is especially true when using night mode. Anyway, this is just my personal preference, and most modern flagship phones performs well enough for most consumers, especially when most of us are just sharing photos through social media. By the way, I have a link in the description below to more camera samples, so check it out if you want to. To sum it all up, aside from a few minor complaints, I've mostly enjoyed my time with the Mate 20X. It's a beast when it comes to content consumption, the performance is great, it takes really nice photos, it's just a really nice phone. It's still a little pricey to me if you look at current prices, but if you're looking for a phone this size, this is as good as it gets for now. Thanks for watching, like this video if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe for more content in the future. Thanks again, and see you guys on the next one.